Archangel Michael says you were never meant to find this video, yet here you are, in exactly 2 minutes. Something sacred will be revealed to you that was hidden for generations. A name has been whispered before the throne of heaven, and it was yours. This is not coincidence. It's coded timing. The moment you've waited for is sealed inside a message that was never meant to be opened until now. There is a letter coming, but it's not paper. It's spiritual ink, etched with restoration, divine inheritance, and shocking reversal. Someone once signed away your portion, but heaven is rewriting the ownership in your favor. Behind closed doors, a meeting was held. Your name was spoken in awe. Now the angels await your readiness. Do not speak this aloud. Silence is your shield. The inheritance will arrive quietly, but its power will be undeniable. Archangel Michael says, someone once laughed when you said you believed in miracles. They won't be laughing when your name is announced in a place they thought was unreachable. A divine error in the system is about to work in your favor. It will look like a glitch, but it's actually divine intervention correcting history. Your spiritual DNA has been activated, that sudden pull in your chest. That's not emotion, it's alignment. A place you've never stepped into before is calling your name. Not metaphorically, literally. You will hear it soon through a person, a screen, a message. It will feel like deja go without hesitation. There is a man connected to a document, a contract, or a decision. He tried to erase you, but the ink of heaven has stained your name onto the promise. That file will be reopened, and your name will now be written where theirs once was. Watch for the phrase "you've been reinstated." A person who once mocked your prayers will come to you in quiet shame. They will not apologize with words, but their actions will reveal everything. Do not seek revenge. Heaven is already humbling them for you. Your only job is to walk forward without looking back. There is a woman whose voice once twisted your story. She will hear your name again and feel her chest tighten, not from fear, but from truth collapsing on her lies. The heavens are rearranging reputations. Yours is being restored in silence. Hers is unraveling without warning. Type "I receive it" in the comments to confirm what heaven has already approved. Every declaration in faith accelerates your alignment. Your miracle isn't waiting for permission. It's waiting for your agreement. A financial door that rejected you before is about to knock on your door. They will act like you were never denied. But you'll remember, don't let ego speak. Let the blessing enter quietly. This is the reward for your silence when you were humiliated. Heaven has intercepted a transaction. Someone tried to transfer favor away from you. They whispered deals in secret, but angels flipped the script. That moment of confusion they experience next week, that's the moment they see your name instead of theirs. Archangel Michael says, your presence is shifting frequencies. A room you enter soon will fall silent, not because of tension, but because your glow will interrupt patterns. They won't understand why they feel small. That's your protection cloaking you in reverence. A forgotten object, something you haven't touched in years, holds spiritual memory. When you see it again, a vision will flash. Don't dismiss it. It's a divine breadcrumb leading you to the location of your breakthrough. Go. Even if it makes no logical sense, someone far away is dreaming of your name. Not metaphorically, literally dreaming of you. They have seen your face, though you've never met. They will search for you soon. When the message arrives, you'll feel the shock in your spirit. It's a connection written by heaven. A digital message is about to land in your inbox. It may seem random, an old contact, a forgotten newsletter, or a platform you rarely check. But it will contain one line that shakes you. That's the sign. Don't delete it, read it twice. There's a code hidden in plain sight. You are being upgraded silently. That's why people around you are suddenly uncomfortable. They cannot explain the shift in your aura, but they feel it. Some will withdraw. Let them. The next phase of your miracle requires elevation, not explanation. Someone you once trusted is trying to check in soon. But they are not coming for you, they're coming for your information. Smile gently, but say little. Heaven says your silence will confuse their monitoring spirit and block their access to your new path. There's an address you've never lived in, but it holds your name in the spirit. A document is being prepared with your divine claim on that place. You will hear a number, a street, or a location and feel a jolt of familiarity. That is not nostalgia, it's prophetic memory activating. Someone is preparing to mention your name in a public space, a meeting, a podcast, a boardroom. They will speak your name with reverence. Not because you asked, but because the Spirit stirred their tongue. This is divine marketing. The world is about to know who you are. If this resonates, type "It is my time" below. You are not speaking into the void. You are confirming what heaven already recorded. Let the enemy hear your agreement. Let the gates swing open. There's a person who once rolled their eyes at your dreams. They are now watching you in silence, stunned by your glow. Don't engage. Heaven says let their regret become your protection. What they once mocked, they now admire from a distance they can't cross. A legal error that blocked you is being reversed invisibly. The system that once ignored your claim will now send you a notification. The wording will feel official, but the shift was spiritual. Heaven made it undeniable. You will be approved in an area you forgot you applied for. Archangel Michael says the delay was not denial, it was disguise. You thought you were being overlooked, but you were being hidden from sabotage. Now the timing is right. What was once closed will not just open, it will welcome you by name. A person who once left without goodbye is about to resurface, not for apology, but for confirmation. They saw something, your post, your name, your success, and it woke up something divine in them. Listen with discernment. Some returns are restorations. Some are just echoes. An opportunity cloaked in something ordinary is about to be placed in your path. It won't look like a miracle. It will look like a simple yes or invitation. But when you accept it, the atmosphere around you will shift. That's how you'll know it was coded all along. A name in your family line, perhaps a great-grandparent, or someone you've never met, once cried out to heaven for the restoration you're about to receive. Their voice was buried, but their request was not. The angels have retrieved their prayer, and your life is the answer. Archangel Michael says, a vault in the Spirit has opened. Inside it, blueprints, blessings, and breakthroughs that were sealed off from your bloodline due to ancient interference. You are the key that breaks the lock. You didn't earn it. You were born for it. There's an object in your possession, a ring, a photo, a document that holds more than sentiment. It holds legacy. Touch it again. This time, pray. Something unseen will shift in your chest. That is the moment your spiritual inheritance reattaches to your destiny. Someone in your ancestry made a vow in desperation, a vow that blocked joy, marriage, money, or movement in your lineage. Heaven says the reversal has begun. You are the first to walk free. The pattern breaks with you. Your obedience is untying a centuries-old knot. You are being called to stand somewhere your ancestors never could. A platform, a role, an opportunity. They saw it in dreams but never reached it. Now you will. You're not just stepping forward. You're carrying every name that never had the chance. Type "It ends with me" if you believe this bloodline shift is real. Heaven honors the one who says, I will be the interruption. I will carry what they couldn't. This declaration seals the generational release. A whisper from the spirit realm is following you, not haunting you, honoring you. The ones who came before are watching, not as ghosts but as witnesses to a prophecy finally fulfilled. Don't fear the chills you feel. It's remembrance meeting fulfillment. Archangel Michael says, your name has replaced a cursed name. In an ancient scroll, a generational agreement was broken, and your name was written in its place. The favor once denied to your bloodline is now flowing to you, freely and fully. You'll soon walk into a room and feel like the air changed. That's not your nerves, it's spiritual recognition. The atmosphere will adjust to you. Don't shrink. Don't apologize. You were chosen to represent the healed lineage. Walk like prophecy, not pity. An old illness, addiction, or family conflict is about to stop manifesting through you. Why? Because it has nowhere left to land. You broke the agreement. Your healing wasn't just for you. It was the final signature heaven needed to close the case. A strange name will be mentioned in passing. You won't recognize it, but your spirit will. That's the name of an ancestor who was erased by injustice. Heaven is restoring their legacy through you. You are their justice, their fulfillment, their rising echo. Archangel Michael says, you are about to be seen by those who once overlooked you. But this time, they won't be able to dismiss you. Not because you've changed, but because heaven has magnified your light beyond human filters. The room will feel it before you speak. A spotlight is coming, but it won't burn you. It will reveal you. What others chase through strategy, you're about to receive through prophecy. This is not influence by force, it's favor by alignment. Your name will be included in conversations you didn't ask to be part of. Someone high-ranking, spiritually or publicly, is about to recommend you. They won't even know why. It will feel impulsive to them. But it's orchestrated from above. Their mention of your name is the trumpet heaven promised. A door will open gracefully and suddenly. The same audience that watched your struggle will now witness your reward. But not in arrogance, in awe. God is proving that silent battles produce the loudest victories. Your story is now heaven's teaching tool for the doubting. Be ready to be cited. There is an award, a platform, or a recognition that will bear your name, physically or spiritually. You'll know it's yours because you never campaigned for it. It will arrive wrapped in humility, but its impact will thunder through generations. Type "let them see" if you're ready to be revealed on heaven's terms. You've been refined in silence, now rewarded in sight. This isn't for your ego. This is for proof, so that those who doubted your anointing can't deny your assignment. A dream you had as a child, long buried, laughed off, or forgotten, is about to reappear in a new form. This time it won't look impossible, it will look overdue. Heaven didn't cancel it, it simply needed you to mature into it. There's a location you'll be sent to, briefly, but it will change everything. Don't second-guess the trip, the meeting, or the invitation. It won't look holy, but it will be divine. Your presence there will unlock something ancient over that land. You will overhear someone say, "I didn't expect them to come this far." That sentence will sting, but don't respond. Let God finish the sentence through your fruit. Their disbelief was necessary to magnify your breakthrough. Archangel Michael says, "They buried your name, but God made it a seed. Now it's sprouting in places even you didn't plan." The harvest you're walking into is not just yours, it's for every silent yes you said when no one was watching. This is not your elevation season. This is your establishment season. God isn't just raising you, He's rooting you. So you can't be replaced, copied, or discredited. Your name isn't trending, it's sealed. Heaven has placed you where even hell can't reach. Your voice is being recalibrated. What once felt like whispers will now carry authority. You won't need to raise your tone. Heaven will raise its volume through you. People will listen, not because you're loud, but because you're anointed. Your silence has earned you command. A territory is being spiritually assigned to you. You may not own it physically yet, but your presence will dominate it energetically. Watch how opposition weakens when you arrive. It's not intimidation, it's divine jurisdiction. You've been given unseen access. Someone close will try to re-enter your life under the guise of reconnection. But heaven says test the fruit, not the familiarity. Some are not sent, they are watching. What's coming next is too precious to explain. Let them see it, not touch it. There is a transfer of wealth happening, not just materially, but spiritually. What others abandoned is now being placed in your care. This includes influence, access, and platforms they mishandled. You are being trusted to steward what they forfeited. Archangel Michael says, "The oil on your life is fresh." That's why old environments feel too small. You've outgrown rooms designed for survival. Now you're being escorted into spaces created for legacy. Don't apologize for evolving. You were made to expand. Type "I'm ready to carry it" if your spirit confirms this divine transition. You're not just being lifted, you're being entrusted. Let heaven know you say yes to what others dropped. Your dreams are becoming instructions. What used to be metaphors will now become blueprints. Write them down, review them. Within those midnight flashes are details of your next divine assignment. God is not just speaking, He's scripting. You will soon hear the phrase, "We've never done this before." That is your sign. A system is bending in your favor. Policies, routines, and even protocols will make exceptions for you, not out of favoritism, but out of prophecy. A spiritual mantle is descending. It may feel like pressure, fatigue, deep reflection, but it's not burnout, it's birth. You are being mantled for what your ancestors dreamed of but couldn't carry. Their ceiling has become your foundation. There will be a moment of strange peace in the middle of chaos. That stillness is not ignorance, it's insight. God is quieting the world so you can hear the instructions clearly. Don't panic, breathe. The calm is confirmation. A final test is near, but it won't look like failure. It will look like success wrapped in distraction. Be discerning. Not every open door is a throne. Some are traps in disguise. Heaven is watching how you choose when everything says yes. There is a promise made over your life that was never canceled, only delayed. Archangel Michael says, what skipped a generation has circled back to your hands. You were not forgotten. You were being reserved for the season where nothing can stop it. An unusual invitation is coming. It won't look spiritual. It may seem too small to be sacred, but within it is encoded favor buried beneath the ordinary. Accept it. Don't ask how, ask who. If heaven authored it, it will flourish without force. Someone powerful will notice you soon, but they won't know why. That's because their spirit will recognize yours before their mind does. Don't try to explain yourself. Divine connections don't require resumes, just alignment. A financial system is shifting silently in your favor. You won't see it in your bank first. You'll feel it in your peace. Provision will begin showing up without panic. This is not hustle, it's heaven. You are now on miracle payroll. Heaven is sending a message through nature. Watch for wind that whispers, birds that pause, or light that flickers unnaturally. Creation knows who you are. These signs are not strange. They are heaven's way of saying, we're with you. Type I seal this with trust if your spirit is receiving these signals. You're no longer striving, you're sensing. You're not chasing blessing. Blessing is locating you by name. You are becoming unrecognizable to those who knew the old you. That's not rebellion, it's revelation. The glow on your face isn't pride. It's prophecy made visible. Let them talk. You're not who you were, and that was the plan. A timeline is collapsing for your sake. What was supposed to take months will take moments. What was waiting on paperwork is now waiting on nothing. Heaven has signed. Earth must now release. Your wait has expired. You will soon be asked to speak into someone's life, and you won't feel ready. Do it anyway. The words will not come from your memory. They will come from the Spirit. This is your graduation into heavenly influence. A generational curse has been uprooted quietly. That's why you've been tired, emotional, unsettled. Not because you're breaking down, but because something ancient broke off. That weight wasn't yours. And now, neither is the warfare. Archangel Michael says a new name is being spoken over you in heaven. The identity they gave you is no longer valid. From this moment, you are known by your obedience, not your wounds. You are not who pain made you. You are who God called forth. You have completed what others collapsed under. You carried burdens in silence, and heaven took note. Now comes the reward, not just for enduring, but for enduring without bitterness. What's about to be released wasn't earned, it was honored. Archangel Michael says, the angels that walk beside you in the fire are now preparing your celebration. This won't be a public parade. It will be a private proof. Suddenly, your life will align, and only you will know what it cost. A spiritual crown has been placed upon your obedience. You didn't ask for it, but heaven placed it anyway. You may feel unworthy. That's how you know it's real. God does not crown the proud. He lifts the yielded. Your journey has echoed through realms you cannot see. There are angels assigned to your name now, not for protection, but for promotion. Wherever your feet go next will be claimed, not by might, not by speech, but by presence. Someone will try to define your story by a chapter God already closed. Do not respond. Do not correct. Let your transformation do the talking. The final word belongs to the one who rewrote your ending. And he wrote victory. Type it is finished in glory if you accept the divine closing. You are no longer a survivor. You are a sign. Heaven has completed the work. Now earth must watch the unveiling. A scroll is being sealed with your name on it. It contains the assignments, blessings, and protections ordained for your next 7 years. The details will unfold slowly, but the security is instant. You are surrounded, covered, predestined. The next person you help will be the one who opens a gate you didn't know existed. Your kindness is now currency in heaven. Don't hold back. Your reward will not come from them. It will come through them. An altar has been built in the spirit on your behalf. Incense of remembrance is rising even now. That tear you cried in secret was not unnoticed. It was collected. And tonight, it becomes a trumpet. A new generation is watching you, even silently. They are being shaped not by your victories, but by your stability. Heaven says, do not underestimate your quiet influence. You are the template someone is praying for. Archangel Michael declares your name is written in light. Your story is no longer about rescue, it is about reign. You will not revisit the pit. You will not fight old battles. From now on, you walk as evidence. You are the fulfilled prophecy. You are now a carrier of atmosphere. Rooms will shift when you enter, not because of charisma, but because of covenant. Your peace will silence storms. Your stillness will scatter anxiety. This is not presence, it is placement. Heaven is appointing you as an answer to prayers you didn't hear. Somewhere, someone cried for help, and your name was whispered in response. Your obedience is not just for you. It is a rescue wrapped in human form. A divine reversal is happening in time. What should have broken you now becomes the proof that built you. Documents, timelines, even old photos will no longer carry pain, they will carry power. What once was a wound is now a weapon. Archangel Michael says, you are not waiting on breakthrough. Breakthrough is now waiting on your voice. Speak the thing. Declare the turn. The atmosphere has already been conditioned for your command. The shift is one word away. The next door you walk through will not be for access, it will be for activation. You've entered rooms before. This time, the room will be changed because you entered. That's the authority you now carry. Don't shrink. Stand sealed. Type I walk in my assignment if your soul knows this is the season where you don't just receive, you release. You are no longer the one waiting, you are the one sent. Your shadow is carrying deliverance. People will be healed, moved, and stirred by your proximity, not because of effort, but because of embodiment. You are becoming a living altar. The glory isn't on you, it's through you. Something written about you in mockery is about to be rewritten in honor. A platform that once blocked you will now feature you, not because they changed, but because heaven restructured the algorithm. Favor is now your filter. A trumpet will sound, but not with sound. It will come as clarity. A fog in your spirit is lifting, and you will see what once felt confusing. The enemy thrived in your delay. Now you move in divine precision. You will soon wake up with a knowing you can't explain. No dreams, no signs, just a settled weight of purpose. That's not anxiety, that's divine knowing. God is no longer hinting, He's commissioning. Move with holy urgency. Archangel Michael says, what heaven confirmed, no man can cancel. Not opinions, not systems, not even your past self. Your steps are under written command. From now on, every yes you speak carries generational consequence. Archangel Michael says, this is the part where the heavens go quiet, not because the message is over, but because it has been sealed. If your heart is still, it's because the transaction is complete. You've not only heard, you've received. What was once delayed is now dispatched. What once frightened you is now bowing before you. This is not the end, it is your divine beginning. From this moment on, walk differently, think differently, speak differently. You are not waiting for breakthrough anymore. You are walking as the breakthrough itself. If you feel this word was written for your soul, type it as done. I accept the scroll in the comments. Not for show, not for likes, but as a witness between you and heaven. Let the spiritual realm see your name marked. Let your agreement echo through eternity.